Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. Today we're talking about the Mets signing outfielder Matt Kemp to a minor league contract. Now, I have a lot to talk about this guy and the Mets and how a lot of people are feeling after this signing because there's some mixed emotions. It's actually kind of a big debate right now if this was a good or bad move for the Mets, and I'm going to kind of explain what I think about this as well. Now, for the most part, I did not know how bad Matt Kemp was doing in 2019 until they signed him yesterday, and it is just a minor league contract, so we might not even see Major League Baseball playing time for a little while with the Mets at this point. And the Mets actually kind of look fine in the outfield at the moment, so I'm a little surprised. They did, of course, just lose Yoenis Cespedes to an injury on his ranch down in Florida. Now, he's not going to be back at all this season because he had season-ending foot surgery the other day. However, I wasn't really thinking he was going to come back anyway. This guy's been out for how many years now? Or he's played very little over the course of the past 3 or 4 years. So, next year's last year, his contract, Yoenis Cespedes will probably be dumped after that, which he should be. He hasn't had playing time, and he doesn't really deserve getting money for just sitting down in Florida watching the team play. But that's okay. Anyway, yeah, the Mets signed outfielder Matt Kemp, and for the most part, last year he was pretty good. From what I remember, he was an all-star. He was with the Dodgers. The Dodgers had made it pretty far, and him, Yasiel Puig, and a couple others got shipped over to the Reds before the season started. And I was like, wow, it's kind of a big trade because Yasiel Puig, I mean, he's amazing. Everyone loves him. His character is great. Matt Kemp, at that point, I thought was pretty good as well. But then I saw his stats from this year. I was like, whoa, maybe that's why the Dodgers didn't mind losing him here. He has 60 at-bats in 2019. He's hitting 200. That's 12 hits in 2019. I get only 60 at-bats, so you can't really get a whole lot going with that small of a number and that sample size. But he has 1 home run, 5 RBIs, and a .493 OPS. This guy's not really getting on base, and his defense is nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. So the reason why the Mets targeted him, I do not know. But at least they have him now in case, for whatever reason, he looks really good in AAA or wherever he's going to be playing, and they call him up. In his career, you got a whole different bunch of numbers here. 6,248 at-bats. He's hitting .285 with 281 home runs, 1,010 RBIs, 183 stolen bases, and a .822 OPS. This guy debuted in 2006, so he's been in the league for a little while now. He's been with a bunch of teams, and now he's finally making his way over to the Mets. Now, if we look at the Mets outfield recently, I think of one guy in particular, and that's Rajai Davis, who they signed before the season started, also to a minor league contract. They called him up recently. He, came to the MLB organization with the Mets. He had playing time, and he hit a home run. It was like a 3-run home run or whatever, and his offense with the team since he got called up has been really good. His defense also has been really, really good. Yesterday he had a wall climb catch. It wasn't going to rob a home run, but it was going to save an extra base hit. The Mets did lose yesterday, unfortunately. I think it was like 9-8. But I mean, will Matt Kemp get playing time? Probably not. Rajai Davis, hopefully he stays up in the major leagues for a little while because I like what he's doing for the Mets. And with the Mets, he's a really big addition to them that's going to help them a lot as he kind of continues to play for the rest of the season. And I don't recall exactly what that deal was with Rajai Davis, if it was 1 year or not. But if it was, I'm sure they're probably going to re-sign him again. He's also getting a little older, though, as well. So who knows? Maybe that's why they went to Matt Kemp. But he's also up there in age. Not terribly old, but he's in his 30s. I think it was like mid-30s. I don't recall the number exactly. So Matt Kemp definitely has had some sort of switch and whatever the case may be and how he's been performing recently. I mean, 2018 and 2019 has been completely polar opposites, and this guy's really not doing much of anything. Now, the Mets kind of having a shaky middle part to this season so far. We're, 50 games in, I think, and they've won a decent amount. They've lost a lot as well, though. Their starting pitching's been rough around the edges, and their offense, when their starting pitching is good, their offense is really bad, and vice versa. So, Matt Kemp really isn't that offensive guy. He's not a pitcher, but the outfield seems like it's in an okay position at the moment. Like I said, Rajai Davis is really performing. Matt Kemp, we don't really know what he's going to be doing in minor leagues or, for that matter, with the Mets if he ever gets called up. I don't think he's really going to have much time at Citi Field or in a Mets uniform at a major league point this season. Which, I don't know, it's just kind of weird how you put a guy who is so good one year and how he completely changes the next. But Mets fans are upset that they signed him and not someone like Keuchel or Kemp. And I completely get that, because Matt Kemp is not going to do a whole lot of crazy changes to the team. He's not going to go ahead, hit a home run every game. He's not going to have 5 stolen bases within the course of 3 games or whatever, get in scoring position all the time. He's not that kind of guy. He's not going to really hit for power. If he does make contact, it's going to be a single or maybe an extra base hit if you're lucky. Keuchel or Kemp are 2 free agent pitchers and relief pitchers, respectively. And if you go ahead and add one of them, your team is significantly better. Now, I don't know why the Mets went for Kemp instead of one of the pitchers, but I think, honestly, everyone's kind of got to keep their eyes on the 2 free agents that no one really expected them to be in that position at this point in time. Dallas Keuchel has had his good and bad points. I get that. But Craig Kimbrell is a really good closer. And yes, the Mets have closing pitching, but you just need someone in the bullpen. If you need Craig Kimbrell, just use him as like a middle relief. I'm sure, he can kind of maneuver and adjust as he continues to work with the team if he ever gets to that point, So it's just kind of weird, the priorities that the Mets have at the moment. And I don't know how Mickey Callaway's still there, but that might be another video. Their manager just seems to be kind of not with it at this point. But again, we'll save that for another video. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.